I talk predominantly about LinkedIn because that's the business to business environment where we've certainly built the foundations of our business, and it's where our solution works, and it's where we help our clients. Um, with LinkedIn, the numbers don't necessarily mean so much because the momentum is really behind the conversations that you're having. And to put some example to that, in January, so the month that's just passed, my own personal LinkedIn profile, I made 40 posts, but actually, and that might get maybe 500 to 1,000 impressions per post. So that's giving me some reach. It's giving me some visibility. But what you can't see is behind the scenes, I've identified and tracked my competition. I've found conversations that individuals are having with my competition. I've added 500 of those people into a contact list and outreach to them. 250 or so have actually accepted my invite, and then I've had 90 replies. So that's 90 replies in a single month that's led to 30 or 40 meetings. So behind the scenes, my profile and my posts are only part of the story, because what I've built in the background is a system where I'm capturing intent on my competition's products, and then I'm positioning myself or my offering as a solution. And that's exactly what we help our customers do. You know, we might be a SaaS project management tool or some other kind of solution out there. If you can find your competition and you can find people talking to them, there's a massive untapped opportunity that will help you get clients, whether your profile is flying and viral or not.
Yeah, that's really interesting, I think. And I think it's also interesting, right? So you say you have basically one of six contacts that you reached out to basically replies to the messages. If you compare that to like classic cold calling or something, I think 1 in 10 usually is good. So these numbers actually sound quite good for cold outreach.
Yeah, it's the massive difference. And the thing that I noticed is I have always worked in sales and I've always used some level of automation tools. I was using Dripify back in my sales role that I was working at a couple of years ago, and I would get something like a 2 or a 3% response rate, because you start the process by building a list based on job titles, and then you outreach to people and hope they connect. But the reality of LinkedIn is that most people are not as active, and targeting based purely on a list is kind of hoping and spraying. The way that I built Ghost now is much more around using intent as a signal to outreach to people. So if I'm outreaching to somebody who was talking to Dripify, which is a competitor of mine, if I reach out to somebody that's talking to Dripify last week and say, Ghost does a better job, would you be interested in talking? Like, it makes a lot more sense. That person was active, talking about a pain point or a position or product in the market, and I've reached out to them timely, relevant about my solution. So that works really well.